Guys, so this is your 6.1 monoatomic ions homework help video. Now, your first thing you should do is you should watch the notes because I already went through and did several sample problems here. And I'm just going to review what it is that we covered, okay? So, when you are dealing with a non-metal ion, again, a non-metal ion, well, what you have to do is you have to first recognize that its name, the ending of its name gets changed to IDE. So oxygen becomes oxide. Carbon becomes carbide, okay? Next, you need to do the symbol of the ion. Now, for your homework, I loaded up a little something to help you out on here, all right? An ionic charge chart. Okay, so oxide, let's see. Here we go. Oxygen, oxide is a 2 minus charge. So on this homework, I'm going to write O2 minus. Okay? What about carbide? Well, it's not located here, but you can pull up the notes and you can see on the notes that carbide is a 4 minus charge. So carbide, C4 minus. All right? That is the charge. Now, if you were to type this in, all right, you would need to do the following, okay? If you had to type this in, you need to make sure that you have the charge written tiny and above. I dropped my mouse 1 second. Okay. Okay, so what you would do is in this case, I would write C4 minus, and then let's see here. All right. Then you would highlight the 4 minus, and if this was in Google, you would go to Format Text Superscript. In Microsoft Word, it's a little bit easier. Okay, bam. But you got to have that number tiny and above. Okay. Next, we've got metals with a constant charge. Now, these metals, they do not get Roman numerals. For example, barium. All right, barium forms a barium ion. Now, you don't know, is this a +1, a +2, a +3 ion? Well, you have to consult a periodic table or your notes. Barium will not get a Roman numeral because it has the same charge every single time. Here's barium. It has a +2 charge. So barium is always a +2 ion. So I'll write here Ba for barium and then 2 plus because it's a +2 ion. All right, how about silver? All right, silver, a silver ion. Again, silver does not get a Roman numeral because its charge is always the same as an ion. Okay, so a silver ion, well, silver is Ag. And I'll just consult my notes. All right, it says here that silver Ag has a +1 charge. So I'm going to write in plus, all right, which is the same as +1. Okay, so that's it. If the metal has a constant charge, there will not be a Roman numeral to tell you what its charge is. You simply have to look it up in your notes. Okay, what's next? We have these metals, these transition metals. These are metals. Most of the metals can have multiple different charges. Okay, and so what you have to do is you have to specify with a Roman numeral what the charge of that metal is. So, for example, a mercury that loses 2 electrons, right? Look at number 23 here. Mercury is Hg. Okay, oop, that would be over here. It's symbol. I'm getting ahead of myself. All right. First of all, it would be a mercury 2 ion. Again, we use a Roman numeral to indicate how positive most metal ions are. Okay? And so the symbol is going to be Hg 2 plus. All right? There's also a mercury 1, that's 1 plus. All right? Which is why we need the Roman numerals in the first place. Let's try another one. An iron that loses 3 electrons is an iron 3 ion, or Fe 3 plus. If you didn't know that iron was Fe or mercury was Hg, well then again, just look it up on a periodic table. Okay? So again, the way I frame this in class, all right, most metals can form multiple different ions with different charges. So you need to put a Roman numeral, all right, after the name of that element in order to specify how positive it is. All right, you need to tell me it's a mercury 2 ion because then I'll know it's 2 plus. If you just say a mercury ion, I do not know. But there are some metals that only have one charge, in which case the name is enough. So just saying a barium ion, I know it's barium 2 plus because that's the only ion that barium can form. There's no barium 1 or 3 or 4, so you don't need to specify. You can just say a barium ion. Again, it's like me saying, hello, my name is Mr. Gucci. I am your human teacher today. I'm not wrong. All right. I am your human teacher. But like saying that I am your human teacher, all right, indicates that maybe there are some teachers at the school that are not human. All right. And I know you have some grudges against some of your teachers, but I'm pretty sure at least all of them are human. Okay. So it's the same thing here. You don't need to say a barium 2 ion because it's only going to be 2. Now, this last part was the tricky part. All right. This last part was the tricky part. And I'll do the first 3 for you. Okay. So you get the name of the element and maybe a piece of other random information, and you have to fill in the blanks. I'm giving you any possible element here, and you have to fill in the blanks. So, manganese, all right? If the name is manganese 3 ion, well, then I know, first of all, manganese is a metal, all right? Manganese is a metal. I can look it up on the periodic table. I can see. Or rather, the easier way to think of it is there's only like 11 non-metal atoms. So if it's not one of those 11, it's a metal. Manganese is a metal. Manganese 3 is a metal with a 3 plus charge. 3 plus. All right, hydrogen. All right, now hydrogen, from the notes, it can form 2 different ions, H plus and H minus. Over here I say, oh, it's the H plus, in which case the name is hydrogen ion. Remember the general rule, guys. If it's a negative ion, you change its ending to IDE, and then you just look up what charge it has in the periodic table, like fluorine. All right, fluorine is a non-metal. How do I know? Well, I just look it up on the periodic table. Hey-oh, here's fluorine. Okay, here's fluorine. Or maybe I go up here and I search ptable.com. Okay, here it is, the P table. All right, fluorine, fluorine, fluorine. Here it is. It is a non-metal. So it's going to be negative, okay? Going to be negative. How negative? Well, according to the notes here, all right, according to my notes, fluorine forms a -1 charge. So what is this? This is fluoride. All right. And it has an F minus charge. In fact, probably the easier way to do this is to just jump through every problem down here and identify the nonmetals. Okay, selenium is a nonmetal. All right, iodine is a nonmetal. Okay, hydrogen. All right, which is kind of a weird one. So there, oh, phosphorus. So go through, do the nonmetals first, obeying the nonmetal rules, and then go through and look at the other ones. Okay, let's see here. Selenium. All right, selenium is a non-metal, and so its name is, as an ion, selenide. Now, what charge does it get? No, look right here. All right, hey, selenium, right here. It has a -2 charge. So the selenium ion is Se2 minus. Let me do one more. Let me do one more. I'm going to do calcium. All right, the next one is calcium. Now, calcium is a, let me check the periodic table. All right, calcium. It is a metal. Okay, not only is it a metal, but it has a +2 charge. Okay, so I can write that in. I can say calcium ion. All right, notice I don't need a Roman numeral here because calcium only ever forms one charge. All right, so a calcium ion is going to be Ca2 plus. Okay, so guys, you just find these elements on the periodic table. If it's a non-metal, you follow one set of rules. If it's a metal, you follow another set of rules. And if it's a metal in the first 2 columns or one of those other ones, you don't need a Roman numeral. Okay, guys, best of luck. I think you can do this. Use the notes and the links that I uploaded. Best of luck.